Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to a brand new program that we have created at IT Learn. Thank you so much for being here today or listening into this video. What I'm going to do is give you a kind of overview about the whole program and how it's going to work. And more importantly, why we have created such a program and who is this program for. So primarily, as it says, we are trying to create a placement assistance program specifically around Selenium and HP UFT. So what we're trying to do, team, is based on years of our involvement within the field of training and knowing what exactly the industry needs. So I'm going to create a new folder called Selenium UFT PAP, and within this I'm going to create a new document that will be kind of the overall overview of what we're doing, team. So this is going to be the placement assistance program for Selenium and HP UFT. So team, primarily let me tell about the background of IT Learn. We started with training on HP QTP in 2009. Then we went on to add Selenium in somewhere around 2010-11. And these two tools are the most widely used automation tools in the software in the QA slash testing market. So when I say this, what that means is lot of companies use these tools and a lot of jobs are created just because of these tools, more than any other tool in that specific area. That is what I mean to be saying by this statement. Now, while we added many other courses and programs, these two tools, these two tools continue to remain the market leaders. So, if someone comes to me and asks me for an advice as to what should I learn, what to learn slash master to get a job in QA slash IT, I would recommend one of these two tools. Okay, so what do I mean by saying this, team? When you see any kind of a job requirements, okay, job requirements for basic QA slash manual testing to automation testing, Selenium and QTP on your resume and your skill set will make a big differentiator. So even if there's a manual testing job requirement that you see and you're trying to apply for, but if you have one of these two tools mentioned in the right manner, okay, not just saying Selenium, it's not like saying I know Selenium. There are about 10-15 proper keywords that you need to use within Selenium that have to be repeated in multiple projects, summary, section, experience, and so on. That you must put it in a strategic manner to really get that job interview calls for you. So these require having these skills in your resume in the right fashion, in the right place, with the right keywords will increase your chances dramatically of getting the job. So if someone comes to me and says what to learn in master, I say yeah, this is what it is. All right, now let me quickly make sure, team, at this point you all can hear me fine, and the fact that you can see the screen and what I'm typing in the Word doc also. If there are any questions, feel free to add them in the Q&A section. We will take break every few minutes and try and answer as needed. But at this point, we're just going through the flow of trying to explain what this program is all about and how it's going to work. I will also introduce you to my team in the coming few minutes. That way you can um, you can look at what how we are trying to structure the whole program for you. So now, what are the three phases for landing into your dream job. Now, when I say dream job, team, what happens is, let's take US as a market, because almost 85% of my participants come from this industry. The remaining 15% come from UK, Europe, Australia, India, Japan, the other few countries most of the participants come from. What happens here is the fact that most of the people are looking to find a job locally within their geography. So to find a dream job, when I say dream job, it is not just pay, it is location, it is the work role, all right, and comfort, commute. All of these factors make a difference, team. If someone might pay me, let's say, double of what I earn, but they ask me to relocate somewhere else, I may not be in a position to do it. I may not really consider it. So the dream job is all about a combination of all of these things put together. So many of you who are looking to aspire in this field and are seeing that, yes, this is what I want to take, what are those three phases that you require to really get there? The first is the learning curve slash phase. That's the first thing. This is where you go through a rigorous training to learn the right concepts in the right manner that are industry standards and very relevant to what you will be doing in your daily dream job. This is what your learning curve and phases, and that is what we've been doing within IT Learn for the past 6 years, team. We've built so many training programs over the last few years on various concepts that the learning phase is really something that we have mastered. We have put together all our efforts, our skill, our passion to create these tutorials so that everyone benefits from it. In fact, if you look at our YouTube channel itself, you will see how much of popularity we have gained in a very organic fashion, team. Today, while we try and look at doing some bit of advertisements and marketing, because lot of students come to me and say, Karthik, it is very unfortunate that I didn't know about IT Learn before I joined some other program somewhere else, because had I known about IT Learn, I would have joined you guys. So it is not right on our part to not market it for the audience to be aware, and then they can take the decision. So if you look at our channel, we've got over 4.5 million views. We've got about 23,000 subscribers, and we've got almost 200 plus videos, team. All these videos are primarily free videos that are available for you on various topics. These are usually the demo videos. These are the events that we do very, very often as live trainings and so on. So you should definitely look at our YouTube channel. I'm going to put this as part of the links out here, so you'll get to see. Then we have the core IT Learn channel. You can also look at our Facebook to be able to understand how we have slowly organically growing. The good thing, team, about the fact that we do with IT Learn is it's all organic. None of this has been really forced into the market. We've been doing it in a very structured manner so that everyone is understanding from their perspective, yes, we really like the program or we don't, and that comes out very genuinely for our feedbacks and other things. So here are the different sources that we have, team, for you to learn. As part of the learning, we have created thousands of hours of video tutorials. For example, let me go to the Selenium training videos. Almost all the key concepts, right from the earlier Selenium server and remote control to integrating Selenium with Ant or working with Selenium Grid, Selenium WebDriver, advanced automation frameworks, all of this, Core Java, all of this have been covered at detail in our training videos. So people take them chapter wise and learn it as needed, or they go through the whole learning as project based approach that we do within the fast tracks. So we do almost 2 or 3 live batches every year, and we get to go through this in a very structured, scheduled manner for everyone to learn. So that's the kind of training that we've put together, team. Very, very rich tutorials, high quality, and the reasons that we've been told by our students as to why they really liked us is, number one, they feel eventually it's all easy to learn the way we present it. Even learning core Java or VB scripting, any programming tool and all that is made easy by us, in the way we present things, just the way we structure the whole lecture, every hour of lecture that we do. um, the reason is, again, why is it important to make it easy is, most of the people who are looking to get into software testing and quality assurance are getting into it because they're a little worried or scared about the fact that they have to do programming and coding, because everyone does not come from a programming background or a computer science engineering background. We a lot of times we see people migrating from non-IT industry, for example from automation industry, automobile industry, or from a banking industry to IT, just because of the dream job hope. Now, what happens during this is, when they want to do that, one of the biggest hurdles they see is the fact that, hey, I don't want to get into it again because of the coding factor. And that is why they choose software testing or QA as an entry point into the software industry. However, there are so many people in manual testing and so on that coding becomes essential, because it's good to have these skills of QTP, Selenium, load runner, and so on your profile. So it is important for you to learn, and it is our job to try and make it easy for you. How do we perform all these jobs? With going very structured way, and that is where I recommend you to really watch the videos on a YouTube channel. You will know exactly how we approach, be it basics of manual testing or to any other concepts in core Java, Selenium, uh, HP quick test professional, UFT, and so on. All right. So we have taken a lot of effort in doing that. So it is ease of learning that becomes important, team. Learning complex coding and coding slash programming and automation tools. This is made easy for you. Second is that we take it in a very structured project like approach. So we don't take anything, no theory, all practicals. So for example, if I have to explain to you how does object oriented programming concept works, I will not start with saying that this is what is object oriented programming concept. I will start with saying that, let's say that this is our project requirement and we are needed to be doing so and so, and it will take me about 2 days for me to explain the whole project, how we execute it, and then I'll say this is what is object oriented programming, my friend. So we kind of arrive at a conclusion and an understanding of what these concepts are. I don't push it as a theory or as a document to you. We take a project, we execute it, and as part of the execution of the project, you will know and you learn new things. Be it coding, be it concepts, be it all the things that you need to be knowing. That's how we do it. The third thing, team, is why we've become very popular in terms of the learning is the fact that we go very in depth in our concepts. We don't try and touch things at a high level and just say, okay, this is what it is. We go in depth. We keep asking questions to ourselves, and we encourage you all to ask these questions back to us, saying, why are we doing certain things? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? Once we get our mind into that investigative mode, it will become very easy for us to really go deep and hit the nail deep enough so that it will stand on the wall for ages together. Once you've got that ability and that skill registered in your mind, you will be extremely confident about the way you handle your interviews, your job, and so on. Now, still, I'm talking about the first phase in terms of how we go about landing into our dream job team. I'm still there. I'm just trying to arrive at how we work on things. Okay. Now, I quickly wanted to show you something on IT Learn. For example, our technical forum. If you look at our technical forum, this is a highly interactive program forum team. It's a community where we have many sub forums, many subgroups with thousands of posts in most of them. And we have about 7,000, almost 7,000 members in here. With over 5,000 posts that have been built over the last 2 years. We've launched this somewhere early 2014. So, the last 2 years, this is what we've tried to achieve with the whole thing. So, any question that you will find that is relevant for you, or you find that you still have some queries on, you could go into that specific forum and try and search for it, and you will find a lot of deep dive into these concepts. So these are the three reasons, team, we have really stood out in our learning through IT Learn, through our entire YouTube channel, and how we have incorporated this over the last 6 years. That's the first thing. The second thing that we do is our live projects. Now, this learning curve phase could be videos or live training. Either one is fine, team. Videos is our base. Whatever we do, you will get the video package with it, because that's a lot of knowledge that goes with you for a repeated period of time. Because I might take a live training for 3 weeks, but your learning may continue for 2 months or 3 months while you're trying to keep going deep into things. So that is why we have a video as a base package. Then comes live training, and the next one is live projects. This is something very unique we have come up with, team. What we do is we get real time referenceable client project. Referenceable, what's the spelling for referenceable? Let's see. Right click, referenceable, there you go. Referenceable client projects that you work along with a team and go through significant learning challenges and skill development, getting your hands, I can't say hands dirty, getting your, what do I say, hands on, the getting true hands on experience. The reason I'm also writing what I'm saying, team, is when you look at the video and you're able to refer this document, it becomes very easy and it sticks to your mind. When I write it, the reason I'm doing this is I don't come with a pre-preparation that this is what I want to do, because it's all very clear in my mind as to exactly what I want to be able to do. But when I write it here, it becomes easy for you also to get an exact understanding that this is what we're going to do. So live projects is something that we've introduced more recently, team, and we have done this on the following courses so far. So if you look at, for example, QTP UFT online live project, we take a client, we get, let's say, about 50-60 participants. We divide you all into a group of 10, 5, 6 teams. You all do the project work with us. Once you do the project work with us, you go about interacting with your team, and dividing the work within yourself, execute the project, come back every 2-3 days and present it back to us as to what you have done. What is it that you have done within your team, within the project? And me, along with my technical team, which is Manoj and Shankar, we sit down, we see how you've done your project work progress. So these are all milestones, small milestones that is spread about 3 to 4 weeks. And we look at them, we review them, we see them, we give you very intense feedback, team. For example, some of the feedbacks have been so intense that participants felt that it is, overwhelming for them to even handle it. But that is how it is. The live project is supposed to be intense. We're supposed to give you the feedback that you can take, incorporate, and get the best out of yourself. This specific thing lays the confidence, lays the foundation, and builds confidence to go face the interviews, team. Because not only do we give you the project and ask you to execute it, we come back to you and say, now tell us what you've done so far. And the team represents one person each week and says that, okay, now so and so is going to speak, so and so is going to talk about this, and they give us a presentation and a walkthrough of what they've done. What happens in a typical interview team? Can anyone guess what happens in an interview? The first thing is your resume is presented in front. The interview is going to scan through your resume, look at what your skills are, what your experience is. And the questions is, oh, okay, tell me about your recent project. That's one of the most standard questions that will ever get asked in the overall interview process across all industries. Tell me about your recent project or your recent role. What did you do in your previous job? Tell me something about it. And then you're supposed to summarize and explain it to it. You've done a 6 months project, but how do you put that whole thing within 60 seconds? And these presentations that the candidates, the team, the participants do as part of the live project does shape you in that. Because not only do you learn from within your team, you also can see how other teams perform and learn from them. Because in every live project team, the same project is given to 5-6 teams. Now everyone is trying to present, everyone is trying to work hard to spend time with their team members, execute the project, and come back and do a wonderful presentation. But at the end of the day, there's always a team which does great and a team that does not live up to their own expectation in that specific session. But then it shows them a comparison factor as to why it failed, where it failed, why did they go wrong, and it gets them to give themselves a chance to correct it. You do the same in a new job, you lose the job. There's no patience in the industry to kind of keep you retained and so on. That is what these live projects do, team. So, with the videos and the live training that takes care of your initial learning and the live projects, we have kind of mapped the whole program together for you to really grasp and accept. Now, what is next? What is next is our placement assistance program. What does this mean and how do we plan to structure a team? Post training and live project. Remember this is the preliminary qualification for anyone to participate in our program team. Okay, it's post training and live project. We guide you and help you in getting your dream job. What does that mean, team? Isn't that what is covered in the videos, in the live training and the live projects? Is that what is not covered? Exactly, it is building your skill, but how do you market yourself? And for this, the first thing is, number one, how do you prepare your resume or your CV? Okay, how do you create a cover letter? All right, how do you add projects with the right keywords and roles? What you have done, see, everyone has done probably the same thing. Let's say there are three people who worked in exactly the same role in the same company, in the same project, everything. They're colleagues to each other. Three people who've done exactly the same thing. Do they create the same resume, all three of them? Why can't they? Because you express it in your own words and terms. And you try and take someone's advice or you do it, but end of the day, it'll come out differently. But how do you do it in a certain way that will get you your dream job? Now, what happens, team, is resume or CV needs to be made in a way so that recruiters, consultants, clients can easily find you through job search in places like Dice, Career Builder, Monster, and etc. Many other job sets. When I go into, let's say, monster.com or monster.india, monster.in, and I try and search for a specific skill set, why do I get only certain type of people, and why do some people rank at the top? Just like you go for, let's say, online Selenium training, why do certain companies come on top in Google search engine and others don't? It all depends on how your resume is, team. So your resume is your first tool to build it in the right way. The second is project experience within the resume. Of course, these are all components within. How do you create the right uh, words, skills, and tools slash terms in them? Because that becomes very critical, team. Because your resume goes before you. It talks about you even before you get a chance to explain. So forget about even getting to the call. After that, how to place them in the job boards. Where all do you update it? Where's your LinkedIn account? Where's your Facebook account? Where's your profile? Where all is your profile being posted? How regularly are you updating it? All of the small tips and tricks are important to make sure that you are coming on top of the search engines and on top of these job boards when the recruiters search for you, team. How do you place them in these different job boards for effective results? Anyone can take and place a team, but there's certain specialization that you need to do, not specialization but techniques that you need to apply to make it more effective than your competition. There's the small story, team, like, and I always believe in these concepts because this is what life is all about. Two friends are walking in a jungle and a tiger, they see suddenly a tiger is right behind them. So one friend steps down to tie the laces of the shoes. The other friend starts running. The concept that the first guy did is very simple, that I don't have to overrun the tiger. But if I have shoes that are tight enough for me, that will give me that small edge to overrun my friend. Once the tiger catches my friend, I am free. So you're not trying to rule the world right now. You're just trying to get over the competition. And for this, you need that specific edge that will get you over that. And once you start off, it is based on your experience. 6 months you put in into the industry, you build the right experience and so on, and then you get all through it. Okay. How do you place it? Then, how do you take and handle interview calls? And interview calls, there are two calls, Tim. There are calls from recruiters or consultants in between. Then there are the technical interviews, and of course, there's the HR interview also. Some cases they don't do it because it's just a temporary or contract. How do you differentiate these calls? How do you act on them? How do you do it specifically becomes very important. All right. Next, post interview, how to follow up to get a closure. Because a lot of times I've seen people getting lovely interview calls. They're so happy that they did amazing, and they get a promise from the client or recruiter saying that, okay, we will definitely get you into the next role and next stage, and we want to make sure that this happens and so on. And you just, in the dream world waiting for it. And it gets very disappointing when you don't get the call back to us. How do you handle it? And that is why you try and do this post interview follow ups. How do you get to it to a certain stage that you know that you can close it? Even if you have a 1% improvement, it is good enough, team. Because you keep adding small percentages through each of them, your automatically 30 to 40% chances increase immediately for you to get there. All right. Now, all of this should be put together with your skill on specific tools. And we are talking about Selenium and QTP slash UFT. So I'm saying that all this is fine. It can be common to any job, any industry, and this is how typically the job industry works. But how do you add those two brilliant swords in your um, backpack that you really can take and say that this is my edge, this is my real strength? How do you put them through all these phases? That becomes important, and that is what this program will do. This program team we are trying to put together with the assistance of my two technical trainers, that is Manoj and Shankar, and also our new recruitment head, uh, taking in charge of our placement program. So we've got a new member, placement assistance program. We've got a new member within IT Learn, and Sandeep is heading this specific initiative. And I just want to have Manoj, Shankar, and Sandeep say a quick hi. What I'm going to do is just unmute you, each of you, and then probably you can say a quick hi, guys. This is Shankar, I guess, and then I'm unmuting
Yeah.
Manoj also.
Hi, hi everyone, this is Shankar. Hope you're all doing good.
Great, thank you, Shankar. And then
Hello everyone, this is Manoj here.
that there you go. That's Manoj. Thanks, Manoj. So Manoj and Shankar both have been with my. Manoj has been there with ITLM for a while. Shankar has joined us a few months back, but both have been doing technical training for us. So whatever activities you do as part, you see as part of the forum, and all the other support questions that you see, that we do our weekly call on Saturday mornings, the open tech Q&A. That's all done by my team. So Manoj and Shankar will participate with me. Between the three of us, we will take this program forward to give you the real life examples of what is needed in the job interviews, what you should expect, how you should approach them, and so on. And then Sandeep brings to our table a lot of recruitment experience. He has been in the recruitment field for a very long time, over a decade and a half of experience overall. And he comes with a specific skill not only to talk to you and groom you personally and present you to the client, but also be able to interact and build a relationship with the recruiter, with the consulting organization, the vendor, or the end client, to say about how and why you should get into the job. So we are looking to take you through our organization and place you at these projects, or even if you're finding something on your own, if the whole program is helping you in getting there, that is our ambition. Hey Sandeep, I have you unmuted. Do you want to unmute at your end and say a quick hello?
Hey all, this is Sandeep here. Wish you all the best.
Thanks, Sandeep. Thank you so much. All right. Unfortunately, didn't get a real chance to have my team speak to you very aggressively as of now, but I wanted them to definitely say a hi. That was the plan for today. And I wanted to hear more of your questions and so on. That way, we get to hear what are your priorities and how can we make you participate in this program activity. So, regarding the schedule, the time frame, and how and when we're going to start it, give us a few days' time. We will come back by this weekend and talk about the entire schedule of it, team. So, team, from my end, I'm all good. I'm all set with my overview of what the program is. I hope I've done justice in walking through why we have created this program and how it is put together. How do we put that into execution? It is not like a typical training that we come every day and talk to each other for 1 hour, or I present or you present something. It's going to be working a little differently because there's a lot of offline work. You have to send your resume, we have to create mock interviews, we have to make sure that we review it, and how we present it to different job opportunities depending on the location constraints and so on. So all of these things have to be put together when we do it. So it is not going to be like a typical training, but we will work with you in making sure how we do it. Sure, Chandra, regarding the last session, we wanted to do one more session after our Selenium training. Definitely, we will schedule one for the coming week, and we will go through some of your questions that you have that will address it on the Selenium itself, on that specific question. Jitu, is this same as half day placement program? Thank you so much, Jitu. It is. I would say 70% yes. We have, so just for information team, we have already created this in a very structured manner called job placement training. So if you go in here, I have really explained the whole process of recruitment industry and how you should approach it in these few videos. So we spoke about things like how do you build a resume, how do you get your resume viewed, taking the first level interview call, taking the second level interview call, which is the technical or client interview. How do you attend an in person interview, closure call before you get to your job, mock interviews, and so on. So we've built some kind of a structured program already in here. We have it in place. You will have access to these videos along with trying to help you specifically on your profile. We will go through your profile. It's going to be a customized program team. I mean, everyone's gonna have their uh, need taken care as part of this, apart from explaining what things are common. When will the live project start for the last Selenium batch? I don't have a schedule. And guys, if it'll be great if we try and keep the questions relevant to what we're doing right now. Again, questions are questions, but just the fact that it may be relevant for the others. But definitely feel free to reach my team and they will definitely give you an update. Right now I don't have a schedule for the live project for Selenium. At least I don't have it. My team must be working on it already, and we can come to you. Do you provide placement in Australia? Devi, not yet, but in a month or two, we will also start focusing on Australia because we have a lot of students coming from Australia joining us from down south. So we will start looking at the market, at least a few clients that we can directly. What we're trying to do is go and talk to the clients. That is the different thing that we've started doing very recently. We are picking up the phone, we're starting sending emails directly and trying to talk to the clients and explain about why they should pick people and students from our training institute and how will it help them. So that is the message that we're going out. I wouldn't say very aggressively, but we're going out and trying to talk to our future customers. Could you please upload the Excel spreadsheet again? Guys, please don't get irrelevant questions into this session. Let it be relevant to the placement assistant program. Write an email to my team. They will definitely come back to us about it. Is live project included in this program or do we need to enroll separately? Live project, this is a separate program altogether team. It is not included in it. What's the pay range if I don't have experience and I come from different industry? Ankur, I can't really say that because it'll depend on your location, it'll depend on your country and so on. Let's say if you're in the US, you can expect it anywhere starting from $35 to $40 an hour, upwards to $60, $65 an hour if you're at a beginner level. Because I've seen at a very beginner level also, the pay starts from around $40, $45 with very minimal experience in it. I live in Toronto, Canada. Can you do placement in Canada? Is the question, Milan. So Milan, uh, again, we have not focused. We're not focusing on a market away from US at this point. What we're trying to do is trying to take each and every market one by one and address it. As I said, like Australia, in a couple of months, we will try and reach out to India, Canada, UK, Europe as well. For sure, because we want to be able to reach out and say that, hey, we've got an amazing set of uh, candidates to recruit. That's a message that we're coming up with. Resvi, the session is recorded just like every other session of ours, and you will get a video of it. How long you will support for job placement? So Madhu will continue to market you till you really get into the job. So we will continue to work on you. But what it means is that if there's something that if you don't get a job within the first 2-3 months in this program, that means there's something that we need to go back and look, either the location, the skill set, the interviews, the resume, and so on. But we'll continue to work with you in improving every week so that you know why and how we are placed in the market. So I'm Selenium Premium member. So if I want to have my resume marketed, do I need to enroll in live project? Okay. So Jitu, I would not force you to enroll in a live project because I don't have one ready also right now. But at the same time, definitely the live project will give you an edge. It'll give you a structure. It'll give you a lot of confidence. If you don't have one right now, don't worry about it. When we do the live project, you can reconsider to join at that time. But placement assistance program, at least by having gone through the training, you should be able to start participating in it, because we will do mock interviews, we will go through this program, and we want to make sure that you all get groomed through it. All right, team. I don't see any other questions as of now. Looks like most of it has been covered. If there are questions, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. If you can kindly fill it up, then we'll go through them. Uh, the schedule, as I said, is something that we're working on. We want to make sure that we have a good time slot for it, because we have so many trainings that are currently ongoing with dozens of participants. We just want to make sure that we have all. We are taking care of all these things in the right fashion in terms of the schedule. So we'll come back to you on the schedule very soon. But we'll be starting in a week or so at the max. Uh, Amine. About Selenium, I don't have JavaScript knowledge. So, from Selenium standpoint, JavaScript not that essential, because you're not doing anything in the IDE. We will go direct to core Java. That is what you need. All right, team. I have a few more questions that I really quickly want to take. So, one is, do you market our resume? Yes, we do market your resume. That's what we're going to be doing now going forward. Do you have clients all over US, or is it mainly West Side? We have clients spread across US, and some of these clients we already have vendorship with. But again, we will go beyond our existing clients to look at opportunities, because our interest is also to get you into your dream job. So it is a mutual benefit that we want to make sure that you also succeed and get into it, and that is why it becomes important for us. I haven't completed live project yet, so how will it go? So, team, here's what I would say. Number one is, at least the video based training is mandatory. If you've not attended the video training also, then it becomes a problem, because I don't know what you've learned, and then I don't want to go 2 weeks into it and realize that your skill really is not up to the mark. That puts a real damper in the whole effort. What is the point in me going and trying to market you when you don't have the required skill? So at least the videos and your learning there is very important. Next is live training. If you have attended live or not, it doesn't really affect it so much, but at least the videos or live training that you've gone through, that is the minimum qualification. Team, live projects, I do understand not everyone has participated in it so far. We've got probably about 300 400 people participating in it so far. So that is okay. If you've not participated, that is still okay, because as and when it comes, it may really help for you to take it on. But you can get on with the placement assistance program at least in the meanwhile. I mean, in terms of a course content, I would really want you to please go to the website. And once you get under the course for Selenium, you will see all the topics that have been covered there. All right. Razvi, the video will be emailed to all the members after um, we convert it, embed it, and then upload it onto our website, and we will share it with everyone. Can we attend the mock interview session? Yeah, so the way we want to structure it is we will have a group mock interview. So without really revealing your name out, we will get your resume in front of the others and we will interview each of you for about 10-15 minutes. And we want to hear not only how you respond, but we also want to hear and see how others, you to hear how others are doing. That way you get to learn from everyone. Is it easy to learn, understand the live project videos of other batches? Please update. Absolutely easy. It is very, very, very simple because you will see how people have done the project and then they come and present it. Those presentations are the ones that we recorded. During each presentation, we also give our feedback, which is also there as part of the videos. And you will see how different teams have done the same project in different manner. But what really lacks in you taking just the videos of the live project is that you are not doing it hands on yourself, so you've not experienced it. You can just see the experience of others. It still makes sense, but it's just experience of others. All right, team, I'm just taking the last few questions for the day. And any other questions, we will definitely encourage you to continue to put it as part of a live chat or send us an email on the web that you see on the website, and we'll be glad to answer. A few more questions that I'm going to take and end up the session. Can premium member get any help for placement assistance program? Yes, Bimal. So this program is specifically for premium members on QTP and or Selenium. There are going to be common sessions for QTP and for Selenium, and there are going to be unique specific sections for sessions for each of them. So that way, either of the courses you've joined, that is fine. You can participate in this. You don't necessarily have to be both a member for both. Yeah, Ankur, I just answered the question. Do we supposed to know both QTP and Selenium or either or? So either or is fine, team. Either QTP or Selenium, both is amazing, but then you will get to see how you build it up together for each course and structure it. Because what happens, team, is having them both is good, but at least trying to have one of them in a very strong manner is what will help. And as part of that, we will show you that you can show yourself as a Selenium expert, but you can also show in your resume and how you build that knowledge without having to attend any paid training, how you can build some free knowledge through our YouTube channel on QTP also, and vice versa. So at least saying that we have done some amount of work in QTP using these projects, and you can refer to us at the time. Vijaya, most is our most premium program. So most is Master of Software Testing. All these courses we tend to include it as part of it. This course specifically we have not, but yes, that is fine. We will definitely include it as part of our Master of Software Testing program. So we would like that program to still be our most critically viewed program. So we want everyone in the most program to be able to attend it for no additional cost. How many sessions we have weekly? I mean, this is what we will come back to you on the schedule and how we'll structure it within it. Is the structure placement process different from QA on air process? Yes, it is a little different from it because we will focus on you, team. We're not giving you just the overall, and we're not trying to let you work from home right now. We're trying to get you into a job location that you can work. But again, QA on air is altogether a different program at the moment. Vijay, your question is valid, but at this point, I really cannot answer it. But what you should do, team, is I have created a lot of free events and tutorials that you all should try and breeze through. So if you go to the website and try and see some of the programs that I've done, and you see one I've done in late March this year, need project experience on your resume. Let's say you've never worked in the field. How can you still put a project experience on your resume? Either you have to fake and do an absolute lie on it, or you can really do something which is genuine and still get that experience on your resume. How do you do that? I have explained this in this 1 hour 15 minutes webinar team. So you can watch this video. It'll walk you through all the steps that you can take to build a project experience without having created one, without having built one. Thank you, Resvi. Yeah, I've gone through a little bit of ill health in the last 2-3 weeks. A lot of my students have been a little worried, but thank you so much. I'm back. Of course, a little bit more to recover, but thank you so much for your concern. Team, that's it from my side. I really appreciate your time. Thank you once again for putting your confidence and trust within us, within our IT Learn team. It's a great honor to be able to uh, be in a teaching profession. I really feel very glad and proud. At the end of the day, I see, a level of satisfaction that I carry, but I really want to take it to the next stage where I see personally that you're getting into your jobs and you're handling them well. Thank you so much once again for participation. Please continue to interact with us. If there's any question, we'll be glad to answer. We look forward for you to be part of this program. I wish you, along with my team, all the very best in your upcoming career plans and hope all goes well with you personally, professionally. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you've joined from. Thank you so much. Bye for now.